A, 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 A. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Look, what's up, Dr. Glock? How you doing? Hey, thanks for hopping on. Let me see here. I am just today. I only hopped on YouTube. I didn't hop on my other platforms. I am just getting in. Actually, I left the office kind of early today so that I can come home and feed my family. How y'all doing today? Y'all had a good day? It's Monday. Look, and I'm still working. I will probably be working through late tonight, or I might just get up early in the morning to get a lot more work done. Um, what has been going on today? Let's see. Um, what I got going on? Okay, so is it possible to dispatch and recruit? You should. Okay, that's a great question. So you absolutely, positively should dispatch, and here's why I say that because dispatching, it's a very, very, very saturated market. Okay, and you want to be able to, and this is what I'm glad you asked that because I actually just talked to a dispatcher like on my way home. Well, actually, I was just walking in the door and she wanted to talk about the recruiting course. And so my first question was like, what's your goal? Like, what is your goal as for the recruiting? And so she told me that she was a dispatcher already. She already has taken some compliance courses and stuff like that. And so, look, I'm gonna go through my mail. Look, I'm just getting home not too long ago. But I told her, go and yes, do that because you want to be able to differentiate yourself. Okay. You want to be able to differentiate yourself in an oversaturated market. All right. There's a lot of dispatches out there. So what do you offer that other dispatchers aren't offering? And that's the recruiting. You can get them a driver. And so when I'm on my lives, y'all talking, one thing that I say is that you should be able to, if drivers are the core of your business, drivers are the core of your business model. Okay. If you don't have a driver, you don't get paid. If your truck don't have a driver, you don't get paid. You got to know how to recruit drivers. You got to know how to get drivers butts in seats and keep butts in seats, because it's not just a matter of getting butts in seats. You got to be able to keep those butts in seats. And so sometimes people don't know how to do that. Okay. And so when you learn all of those things, then it's very, very beneficial for you. Y'all, this the blue parrot. Um, you don't know if you see that. This the blue parrot 550. I don't like it. Who else got a blue parrot? Um, I don't really like the blue parrot 550. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm a person that have to have two, like the two. Let me show y'all my other one. Like I gotta have a headset. Okay. I cannot work without a headset. And I'm the person that's walking around in Walmart and all of that stuff with the headset on, or Target or wherever I'm at. I got my headset on. This is the 450, the blue parrot. Okay. And look, this ain't no look. I gotta say this because I keep forgetting that I'm on YouTube. This ain't no plug. This ain't nothing. I just love blue parrot. And The double one, the double headset is the one that I like, but I broke it. Some kind of way I broke it. It won't hold a charge. It won't do nothing. And so my husband got me this one, but I don't like it because that part right here, it hurts my ear. It's just something about that. Yes, truck drivers love Blue Parrot. You get it at the truck stop. You can order it online, all of those things. And so um I'm super, super, super excited because I just love Blue Parrot, but I gotta give me a new one. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. Gotta pass this one on. But yeah, this one, it done had it's done and wore it out. But yes, you definitely want to be able to source drivers for your trucking companies that you dispatch for. Okay, because if the truck ain't moving, because it ain't got a driver, then you know send it back. I threw my box away, and it's over a year old. I don't think you can send it back no more. It's over a year. It's like a year. Well, actually, when that happened, it was like a year and maybe like a couple weeks old. And I was like, well, I don't have a box. I don't have a receipt. So I can't do nothing about it. So then, and y'all, I'm real purposeful. Okay. So like when I want something, um, I will like for like birthday or Christmas, Mother's Day, like whatever it is, they never know what to buy me. And I always say, okay, so look, my headset's broke, so I need new headsets. So mommy like say the what they get me is something that they know I'm going to use every single day. Okay. So I'm real purposeful about that. Um the last event, it was my birthday. My birthday, September the 28th. Okay. Libra. And so what I had asked for was a business coach, my business coach. So look, they made it happen. All right, they made it happen. So I can't complain about the people who love me. They just take a lot of good care of me. Being in compliance, and hey girl, how you doing? Do you have payment options for your course? So the course, it depends on what you're trying to do. Okay, so we need to talk. Just like I talked to the other lady earlier, we need to talk because what she was trying to do was go to the Everything Driver Conference that's coming up in Houston, Texas. And that's what I'm going to talk about here for just a little bit. Um, and I just threw my box away too for my Blue Parrot. But I'm going to talk about the Everything Driver Conference. So what she was trying to do, she's a compliance and dispatch. So she does compliance and dispatch. And so she wanted to go to the Everything Driver Conference, but then upgrade and get information on the course. Okay, so the course is going to include, the Everything Driver Conference is going to include recruiting drivers. It's going to include processing drivers, because when you're working with small fleet, which a lot of you guys are, you have to know how to process drivers. You have to know the driver qualification files, everything that needs to go with them. You got to know how to do the VOEs, all of that kind of stuff. And so the conference is going to teach you those things. For carriers that are there, it's going to go into driver retention, and you learning driver retention as a compliance and a dispatcher. You're going to be able to incorporate some of those methods for your trucking company so that you can help them keep their drivers. Okay, you want to help them, you want to be able to help them keep their drivers. And so that's important. What else? We're talking about onboarding, give you a lot of the tips and tools and things that we use from a recruiting perspective, as well as the SAP. So for all of my drivers that are listening, that are either out of the SAP or gone through the SAP process or through the SAP program, we will be teaching carriers, okay, how to hire drivers. Let me see if this light is a little bright. I look like light bright. Let me see if I can do something with this light. Dim it down a lot. Okay, that's better. Oh Lord. So we're going to be teaching carriers, recruiters, dispatchers, compliance specialists, how to hire drivers out of the SAP program, because there's certain steps that you have to do. Everybody don't know them. And ain't nobody out here teaching them. Okay, nobody is out here teaching these carriers because, well, if you're a mega carrier and you hire drivers out of the SAP program, why would you be out here telling people about drivers in SAP when you can just keep them all to yourself? Okay, and so there's 100,000 drivers out there. And so the small carriers need to know how to do that as well. And hey, that's where we come in. That's what we do, as a matter of teaching the carriers how to hire drivers so that when it's time, when they're ready to fill a truck, they know exactly where to go. I don't want people to come to us looking for drivers. I want the drivers to be able to go direct to the carrier. That's the goal. Go direct to the carrier. All right. I don't want the carrier to call us. Okay. I want you to be able to go directly to the carrier. But in the meantime, call us because a lot of these carriers don't know what they're doing. All right. Because I'm seeing like a lot of drivers that have gone to carriers and they haven't updated their clearinghouse. They haven't changed anything. And so that's why it's important to educate yourself. That's why it's important to really understand the SAP process. If you're going to hire a driver out of it, really understand this process because the DOT and FMCSA ain't nothing to be playing with. Okay. Um, let's see here what we got going on. Oh, so B&M compliance, I'm going to send you a DM. I'm going to text you my number, okay, on IG. I know I got my number all over YouTube and everywhere else, but I'm gonna send you a personal message with my cell and let's chat tomorrow. Okay. Let's chat tomorrow and talk about um payment options and stuff like that. Okay. But basically it is a everything driver conference in Houston, Texas. We will have virtual and in-person options. Okay, and so whether you're a carrier, a recruiter, a back office, we will be dropping gems and giving you insight on how to hire drivers out of the SAP. All right, so let me do something here real quick. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things because I had a couple of situations that were just out of the norm. C's Vision, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Thanks for hopping on. Look, I don't know if it's my camera that's super ugly because y'all know this is the first time I kind of like been in this area. I'm either normally at the office or in my home office. But I just came out here and it was a quiet place. I just found me a quiet place, so I just sat down. Okay. Um, let's see here. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Glock. Yes, so okay, so I wanted to talk about some of the positions that we have open as well, okay? Because we have quite a few positions that are open. I actually just had one open with a carrier. He's based out of Michigan, but that's not where the truck, has to be. The truck can be anywhere. He does hire drivers out of SAP. He does want at least 2 years on your license, though. It's a small carrier. He has a couple of trucks. Um, it runs he runs like a lot of the freight origin comes out of the west. But he does have freight, like, all over. So it just depends. Dispatchers, here's the thing, what I tell all my drivers is that if you're going to get with a company, they don't have to run you like all 48, every single nook and cranny. Okay. If they have a good dispatcher, and this is something that you need to need to keep in mind. If they have a good dispatcher can run you in like a five, excuse me, to like 10 state radius, a 5 to 10, maybe 15 states. Okay. Maybe like a region. All right. And yeah, no ping pong. Okay. No ping pong. That's a great analogy. I love it. But yeah, if they got a good dispatcher, they don't have to have you zigzagging all across the United States. Because guess what happens when you're zigzagging all across the United States, when it's time for you to go home, where are you at? You way over here and you want to be way down there. Okay. So a good dispatcher will have you not all over the United States. Okay, so that's really something to keep in mind. Some questions to ask, and even as a driver, if you're a driver with a small carrier, you need to be, yes, triangle method. Absolutely, you're a pro, Dr. Glock. If you're with a small carrier, you need to be looking at where the hot freight is for that week, because like Freightways, for example, they give a lot of good insight on spot markets and where like the hottest freight is, the best freight from a price perspective. They give all of that information, and then that way the dispatchers have that information because they should be researching that. Okay, and they know where to run you as a truck where it's most profitable. Okay, because keep in mind that the majority of the small fleet owners, a lot of them pay by the percent of the load. Okay. A lot of them pay by the percent of the load. And so if they're getting good freight, if the freight is good that they're going to pick up as far as the rate, guess what? If you're getting 25, 28% of that load, you're getting a nice chunk of change. Okay. I talked with some owner operators this morning who, so we're looking for, that's one of the next positions I'm going to talk about. But so for this last guy I was telling you about, so he starts at like 25, 26% of the load. Um, they average, drivers average anywhere between like to $1,800 a week. Now, if you run, he's had drivers average like 8,000, 9,000 a month. Okay, it is 1099. Okay, keep that in mind. Um, and so that's your first look of the day. Freightway, yes, yes. Freightwaves is the first look of the day. Okay, because you should be just as vested in what loads you're picking up and where you're going as the owner of that company. Okay, and anybody that I tell anybody that's doing percent of the load that you need to know one, what that percent is off of. Is it off of the actual rate confirmation page? Most companies don't even show you that. Okay, the rate confirmation will give you the amount of the load. Okay, so the rate confirmation gives you like the total amount of what that load costs to get from, wherever you're picking it up and taking it to wherever it's going. It gives you the full rate. Okay, doesn't break it down by mile. It tells you, okay, we're going from Houston to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're picking up, 28,000 pounds. It is it's a you need a dry van, you need it's a bulk freight, like whatever the case may be. And then at the bottom, it'll show you, okay, it is $5,000. Okay. And it'll tell you how many miles. You can break that up and give you the miles if you want to, but it'll tell you that amount. Okay. And so, as the driver, you need to know before you even go into a company. You have to do the math, Dr. Glott. As a driver, you need to know, okay, so owner, that 25,000, that 5,000 pounds, I'm sorry, $5,000, is that before fuel expenses and stuff like that? Okay. Are you going to take all of that stuff out of that $5,000 and then pay me? That's a question you need to ask your small fleet owner. Most cases they don't. It's just strictly off the rate con, but a lot of companies don't. So make sure you see the rate con, or at least have an idea or a picture or something, because a lot of people don't like to show the rate con. So you take that $5,000, and if you're making 25%, your amount off of that, you can't see that, is 1250. Okay, so 5,000 and you're at 25%, that's 1250 for that one load, that's going to take you from Houston to Charlotte. Your cut is 1250. Okay, so it's just the question is, am I getting paid off the top, or am I getting paid after expenses? That's the question that you need to be understanding and you need to be asking. Okay. um, so we just locked in, and I'm still finalizing the contract, but we just locked in a new company who is an owner. Okay, it's a group of owners, and they are looking for to run under their authority. Okay, so if they have their own authority, they have their own insurance, they have their own dispatcher. What else? You got to have your own plates and stuff like that, and pre-pass and all of those things. But they've pretty much got everything else set up for you internally. And so they're looking for owner operators to bring their trucks on under their company. And um, there's no limit to how many they'll take. They will take drivers out of the SAP program. So I've already reached out to a handful of my drivers that have their own trucks and have been looking for um, a company to run under. So if you got your own truck and you are coming out of the SAP and you're having trouble finding somebody to put your truck on with, I do have an option for you, because that has been kind of something we've been looking for. I have one. I have like two right now, but the rates aren't as good. Okay, so the rates aren't as good with those companies, even though the insurance and all of that stuff is going to be covered as well. The rates to me aren't what I feel like they should be. But let me tell you what the rates are with this company. Okay, he does a payroll is from Sunday to Saturday. They deposit your money into your account on Friday that same week. They pay 85% of each load. Okay. So that's an 85-15 split. That's not bad if you got your own truck. Okay. That's not bad if you have your own truck. 85-15 is actually pretty good. That's pretty good. They're covering everything else. And so that's a good setup right there. All right. So if you're coming out of SAP and you're looking for a carrier to run under, you got your own truck. Because I talked to a guy up in I want to say he was in Jersey. He was in Jersey, and he had a violation. Okay. So he had I think it was a refusal. All right. Same thing. Refusal, positive drug screen, or actual knowledge. They all get you a violation in the clearinghouse. And so he had a violation, but he got that violation like not too long after he had bought a truck. He had just bought a truck and got the violation, didn't really understand it, didn't really know what to do, figured out what to do. So he went through the SAP program, and then found a company to work for. Now he's running for a company right now, but his truck that he had went out and bought before all of this violation had happened to him. Well, it didn't happen to him. He refused. So, you know what it is. Um, so he went out and bought a truck. So that truck is sitting right now. So I got to go back and reach out to him so that I can educate him on or let him know that, hey, we got an 85-15 split over here, which is very good for owner operators. So the average load the guys are telling us is 1350 on an average load is what they make after everything. Yeah, the average load is about $1,300 a load. So that was like five. So that's like 5,000 or 5,500. So 55. Let me see. Let me see. So they're looking at their average load anywhere from 2,000 to, well, let's say like 1,500. 1,500 is the 85-15. So 1,500 to 2,000 is what an average load might be with that particular company. But if you're averaging about, and most drivers average about 3 loads a week. So if you average 3 loads a week, 3 to 4 loads a week, you're looking at anywhere between 3,900 to 5,200 a week. That's on average. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yes, negotiations start in the beginning. Okay. Can you also help me with truck investing? Yes. So I have a company. You mean you buying it and driving it, or buying it is for somebody else to drive? I can point you in the direction of some people. I'll message you. I have some folks that I can point you in the direction of, um that I met at the She Trucking Expo. Vlad, are they in California? Oh, the owner operator position. Um, Let me see where they are. That's a great question. I forgot about you. I have my list of owner operators and you're on it. I just haven't got to it because I wanted to send the owner all the information over and then get to my drivers. Okay, so let's see where they are. They're in Tennessee. They're in Tennessee, but they have dispatchers all over. So if that's something that you want to consider, Mr. Vlad, I can, reach out tomorrow and we can talk about getting everything started, getting all the paperwork and stuff like that started with them. But let me make a note. I got my list of stuff I need to be doing. Let me make note and remind myself tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. I think I talked to the New Jersey guy, and then like the next day after my live, we talked, Mr. Vlad. So let me make sure that I put a note. Owner operator. What year was your truck? Refresh my memory. What year was your truck, Mr. Vlad? And I'm gonna start that for 8:30 in the morning. to remind myself. By then, I'll have them have sent everything over to them. Tell me what year your truck was. I cannot remember. Oh, that's right. You're still waiting on the truck. Yes, yes, that's right. It's on back order. It's on back order. Um, yeah, keep me posted on that. Okay, keep me posted on that because I remember now California, and it's on back order. You're still waiting. I remember. So when you get it, let me know because we got options for you. Okay, so we got options. That's great. Glad to hear that. I told you guys, look. So the thing is, I continuously get calls from owners that are looking for drivers. Okay. Um, Owners are always looking for drivers and they always reach out. And so, of course, I have to explain to them like what SAP is and help them to fully understand the whole process. Once they get over the whole, they're not drug addicts, they're not like and don't get me wrong, some may be some, but the ones that I've talked to, they're not like, because when I say, okay, this is a driver that has had a violation in the drug and alcohol clearinghouse, meaning that they've had a positive, they've had a refusal, or actual knowledge. The majority of the drivers that I've talked to have either had a positive or refusal. The majority of them have not had more than one violation. And so once I like really help them understand, they lose the thought process that all you guys are um, crackheads, because that's the thought process. Like immediately it goes to that. Okay. And so I'm out here trying to break stigmas. Wait, Dr. Glock, people don't understand what they miss out on when they miss your live. Good stuff. Yes, Dr. Glock. Thank you so much. You are a sweetheart. Yes. So I try to share like a lot of information just across the board. So I want to talk about the last carrier that I have. Actually, I got two more. One I won't talk about. That's the hair test company. You got to be out 4 months out of the SAP. The other one, they will take you right out of the SAP. They want you to have 6 months, and they want your very first carrier. They do a minimum pay guarantee of $1,200. Okay, like flat rate. Well, it's not a flat rate. The minimum lowest you'll ever make is $1,200. Pay average is anywhere between 55 cents to 57 cents a mile. So you can make more than 1,200 a week. It's just that's the lowest that they want you to make. And I like working with carriers like that because, like, if they want you to not make less than $1,200 a week, take it. Okay. So as long as you're available all of the days that you're supposed to work that week, that's the minimum. Okay. That is the minimum. And I have some dollar stores. Okay. I know y'all don't be wanting to hear about the dollar stores. A lot of y'all don't be wanting to hear about the dollar stores, but I do have some dollar stores. And so here's the thing about dollar stores. They are plentiful. Okay. And I always say that if there is one account, okay, and this is just as a recruiter over the last, it's been 5 years recruiting, and I have never seen a dollar store account not be profitable. Okay, not pay well, not have added extras and bonuses with it. Is it work? Hell yes, it's work. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the thin skinned. It's not for the person they don't want to back, 20 times a week. Okay, it's not for you. but it is for somebody out there that is looking to find consistent work, that doesn't want to sit, that wants to be going, that wants to be moving. Okay, because you unload the trailer. All right, so you are unloading the trailer on a dollar store, and so this is the way I break it down. All right, so on dollar stores, there's three different types. All right, there's Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar. Okay, we see them down the street. They are all recession proof. Okay, so when freight's not well, or things are slow, they're not. Okay, they are always pumping, they're always moving, and they're all run a little bit different from each other. The Dollar Tree, yes, that's called practice. That backing, that's practice. So any those drivers that I tell that are just getting a truck in and stuff like that, and backing is like one of the big things that everybody has trouble with. I recommend getting on a dollar store account, because you got to do it. Okay, you got to do it. And so Dollar General, it's not, you're unloading the trailer, but it's and if you've done a dollar store account, y'all, and you're watching, put your feedback in the comments. I know it could be dirty and ugly. I know that, but I want to hear it. I want to hear what your for like somebody that's new and coming in the industry, what your thought process is on a dollar store account. So Dollar General, it's not the one that you have to unload box by box by box. Okay, it's the one that everything is loaded up in those rolltainers, and so you push the rolltainers to the back of you tailgate it to the back, and then you got this lift gate that you go down, push the rolltainers in the back of the store, and then you generally leave them all in the back of the store, and then they unload them off the rolltainers. Now, are those things light? No, they are not light. I've had drivers tell me that they are like 800 pounds for a Dollar General rolltainer. 800 pounds is a lot when you're pushing. Say you're getting it off you're tailgating it to the back of the trailer, and then you're bringing it down the lift gate, and then you're pushing in the store. Well, what if that store is on an incline? So you got to push, you got to use all your leg strength. So yes. Is it hard work? Yes. Have I worked a dollar store? No. But have I done hard work like that? Yes. And I'm fixing to tell you when. So y'all know I told y'all I did aviation for like 20 years. Okay. And the first like 4 or 5 years of my aviation career was at a commercial aviation company. It was United Airlines. So I worked with United Airlines for a long time. Okay. Right out of high school, I was at United Airlines, and like just moved up the ladder to the at that time they called them the service directors. And so, but we were at a line haul station in Houston, Texas. And so we did everything. Okay. So I worked, of course, the ticket counter. I worked the gate, but the majority of my time was spent working the ramp. Okay. And on the ramp, those people if you get on a plane and you're looking out the window, and those people that are loading those bags and they're throwing those bags on that conveyor belt that's like going up and up and up. Well, I wasn't the person loading the bags on the bottom of the conveyor belt. I did this for like 5 years, y'all. I was the person that was like up in the pit of the aircraft. Okay. I was up in the pit of the aircraft. And so like, these were not like little baby planes. Okay. These were like 737s. I was in like 777s, the big ones. Up in the pit of the airplane and stacking those bags like on your knees. Okay. So I don't want to hear nobody telling me about a Dollar General, Family Dollar account that they put in a box and some dog food on the conveyor belt, one by one. I was on my knees, okay, with knee pads, picking up those heavy ass bags. Y'all had all that stuff in those bags, and I had to lift those bags over my head and then stack them in the pit of the airplane. Okay, so Dollar General and Dollar Tree ain't got nothing on loading a bag in the pit of an airplane. I just had to share that. Okay, I just had to share that. So, but okay, um, yeah, that was hard work. That brought back some good memories because we had some good times in those airplanes. We had some great times. That's where I met my husband. That's where I met my husband, and told him he was gonna marry me and everything. We was just talking about that the other day, and my son looked at me. I said, "Remember, I told you was gonna marry me at the airport," and he was like, "Yeah." And then our son looked and he was like, "What? You told him that he was gonna marry you?" I'm like, yes, I told him. Like, we didn't get married, for a couple of years later, but I had called it. I called it. Okay. So, but yes. So it's the same concept. And so I always, when I'm describing like Dollar Tree or Family Dollar to a driver, I always use that conveyor belt because you understand like that conveyor belt system. So with in the trailer, you set up these things they call rollers. All right. You can search any YouTube, just type in Family Dollar account or Dollar Tree account, and you'll see the roller. So they set them up in the top of the trailers, and they have them going all the way down. And there's people down at the bottom that will unload. So those are the store clerks. The stores have their own little lumper people that will come and unload the trailers. All right. And so you get appointment times. Sometimes, if you're running late and stuff like that, then it kind of delays things. But they're decent accounts to get on. The average pay on a dollar store, it's continuously going up, okay? Because nobody want to do the dollar store work. And if you're in the Midwest, like anywhere from like Chicago, Missouri, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, like all in the Michigan, all in that little Midwest region, like the dollar stores is just like crazy. Like I got one that has like 75 openings. $1 store with like 75 openings on it. Okay. So that it's plentiful freight. And the way they break the dollar stores down, the way they pay them, it's a couple ways. So it's by the stop, by the mile, and by the load. Different companies do different things, but the majority of them will pay by the stop, by the mile, and by the load. Or they might do by the mile and by the load and no stop pay. But the majority of them do stop pay. Let me pull up one. And then a lot of them, y'all, have like some really doggone good sign-on bonuses. Okay, so let me just talk about Dollar Tree Warrensburg. Okay, so Warrensburg is in Missouri. All right, and there's a huge distribution center in that area. All right. Frank says, "Can I get into a Dollar General account right out of school?" Yeah, put in the comments what state what state you're in, and I can let you know for sure. But yes, the answer is normally always yes. They want you, but they'll put you with a trainer so you can learn the account and stuff like that. And then after you spend, a little bit of time with the trainer, then this is a good one. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I hadn't looked at oh my goodness. I haven't looked at dollar stores in a minute. Cause I just don't talk to this is a very good dollar store. Let me see if all the rest of them paying like that. Okay, let's talk about this one. Okay, so this one covers South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, some of Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee over Nashville way, Kansas, and Nebraska. All right, so that whole little, central north I-35 region. Okay, so if you live anywhere in those areas, this is for you. So you're home for a 34-hour reset. You get, if you have at least 3 months, so this is 3 months experience. 3 months experience is all you need on this account. You got to be able to pass a hair drug test with this one, okay? That account, drivers can gross an average of $1,900 a week. At $1,900 a week, that's six figures. That's $100,000. $100,000. Let me say it again. $100,000 a year. Okay. The top earners on this account are averaging $2,050 a week. That's $108. $108,000. $108,000. The delivery schedule is Tuesday to Saturday. There's the opportunity to run Monday through Friday. After showing good production, being on time, and stuff like that, there's a possibility to run Monday through Friday. But the way they break pay down on this one, it's by the mile and by the stop. Oh, and by the unload and by the backhaul. And it's a sign-on bonus. The pay that I quoted didn't even include the sign-on bonus. Okay. So here's the breakdown. So let's see. If you come in with 3 months experience, you start at 70 cents a mile. Let me get my calculator, because this one good. I want to break that down. Vlad said I want to talk to you about that owner-operator position. Okay, we can definitely chat for sure. Let's talk tomorrow about that, because I know I'm going to crash when I get out this live, y'all. I promise I can't never make it to the 10 o'clock news, let alone the 9 o'clock news. It's 8:30 here in Houston. Can you check Chicago? Yes, I'll check Chicago. Y'all got so much over there in Chicago. It's so much freight that need to be moved in Chicago. And I don't know where the people at to be moving it, because nobody want to move the freight in Chicago. They begging for people to drive in Chicago. I don't know what y'all doing up there. Dr. Glock, help them. Help them, Dr. Glock. Okay, let's see. I got too excited on this dollar store. I just got too excited. I had to get my calculator out. And I'm normally like, y'all, if you call me and we're talking about a dollar store, like, I really break it down for you so that you can really understand it. See, love. So that you can really understand it. Like I say, okay, let me get my calculator out. You get your calculator out. Let's add this up together. Let's talk about this. Because here's the thing, y'all. Recruiters, they get a really, really, really bad rap. Do some of them deserve it? Hell yes. Yes. Okay. Because the way recruiters work, and I'm about to give y'all some game. Okay. This is like towards the end of my live. Ain't nobody gonna really be seeing this. So don't be telling nobody. Okay. Don't tell nobody what I'm about to tell y'all. So recruiters get paid by the hire. Okay. We get paid with mega carriers. I'm only talking mega carriers. Okay. We get paid by the driver hire. Okay. So there are recruiters out here that will say anything and everything to get you in the truck. Okay. Yes. Yes. And that's why we get the bad rap of being liars. Okay. Like I'm on TikTok. Well, I'm not really on TikTok. My team is on TikTok. They're the ones that like are posting the videos and stuff like that. I just can't understand it. I just can't get with it. Okay. But I'm trying because you gotta be on TikTok. Okay. And so, but there's a lot of drivers, y'all. There's a lot of drivers on our page that they get on our TikTok, and then they see we're recruiters, and we try to have fun and stuff like that. But they get on our TikTok and they see we're recruiters, and the first thing they do is call us liars. Like the first thing that they do is call us liars. So recruiters get a bad rap out there. Okay. I am trying to change the stigma. I'm trying to change the image of recruiters, because look, I don't have time to lie to you about no position. I'm giving you exactly what I'm getting. Okay. And am I a part of the retention team at that company? No. So I can't tell you how things are going to be from a retention, perspective when you get over there. Your experience is your experience. You may work harder than somebody else. You may have a different experience than somebody else. And so, my job is not to be your one time recruiter. Okay. If I can help you, I want to help you. If my team can help you, we want to help you. We don't want to be like your one time recruiter. We want to be your recruiter for life. Okay. So you get there and it works great for you. Okay. For like, a year, 2 years, wonderful. Okay. But guess what? We want you to remember, what's that lady name that I was talking to that got me this job? Oh, Miss Jerri, let me call her back. Let me see what else she has available. Okay. That's the relationship we want with you as a driver recruiter standpoint. Okay. We want that relationship where you can come to us when it's time for a new job. Okay. And I mean, I don't have to lie, I don't have to fake it to kick it and make it and all of that stuff. I talk to plenty drivers, and it's not about being false out here. Okay. Um, anything coming up without 3 to 6 months experience, anything coming up without 3 to 6 months driving experience. Um, you mean more than 6 months or like less than 3 months? Tell me what you mean. Tell me what you mean while I pull out my calculator for this dollar store, because I gotta go back to that. Okay, so let's talk about drivers. I'm gonna start with a driver with 3 months, and then I'm gonna go to a driver um with um with 8 years, because 8 years is the top. 3 months is the coming in. Is the coming in. Okay. Um. So at 3 months, you start at 70 cents per mile. Okay. 70 cents per mile. And this has gone up, y'all, because dollar stores, most of them usually start like 50 something cents a mile. So this one's really good. What that means is they having a hard time filling all them spots. It's probably one of them ones that's got like 75 spots open on it. Okay, so they average between 1,300 to 1,350 miles a week. So 1,300 times 70 cents a mile, that's $910 just off of, let's just say, and I just did the minimum, 1,300. So that's 910 just off of 1,300 miles. So let's just say it was 1,350 miles times 70 cents. That's 945. So just off of miles, they're gonna make between, and I like, y'all, literally, this is how I'm breaking it down on the phone with the driver. Okay. Aaron says no months. Okay. Um, no months, and I'm gonna have to look. Yes, I have something with no months, but I don't know. Text me, Aaron. You got my number, I think. Text me and just say hi. This is Aaron. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, look, y'all. I got a squirrel brain, so if I get off track, then I'm off track, and I'm all over. Y'all know me long. Y'all been listening to me now long enough to know that it don't take much to get me off track. Okay, and they average 2 loads a week. They pull 2 loads a week, so that is how much they get on each load. $240 for the load. So 240 times 2, that's 480. So we have 480 on the loads, and then stops. So let's talk about the stops. They average $25 for every time they stop, and they do 6 stops a week. 6 times 25, that's $150 in stops. Okay, and then backhauls. Let's see what they got for backhauls. They get $50 for for every backhaul. So basically, the backhaul meaning that when they leave the stores, if they got to take something with them that needs to go back to the distribution center, whether it's those little equipment things, whether it's I don't know, at the Dollar Trees they have those little boxes, that things that fold down, they plastic stuff. Hey Brandon, how you doing, love? Yes, it is growing. I'm so appreciative to you guys. So yes, so if you take a back haul from that Dollar Tree account, you get $50 for every back haul that you take. Okay. And so on average, let's see if it says how many back hauls you take. No, it doesn't say back hauls, but let's just say you got 2 loads. You're going to stop at a couple different stores. Let's just say you take 1 back haul or 2 back hauls. Let's just say 2. That's $50 each. That's $100. All right. So let's add that up. So 910 plus 910 plus, because I'm just going to do on the low side, 910 plus 480 plus 150 plus 100. So a driver with 3 months experience, okay, is looking at 1640 on average each week. Okay, that's just with 3 months minimum months experience. Okay, that's $1,640 a week. I'm not talking about the sign-on bonus. So let's talk about the sign-on bonus and the way they break that down. So it is a $6,000 sign-on bonus. Plus, I think they have a transition bonus going on. Hold on, let me look, because I think they got a transition bonus. And if they got a transition bonus, here it is right here. Dedicated accounts. Okay, so if you have 3 months on this account and you get $1,500 when you pull your first load. After you pull your first load, you get $1,500 on your first check. Okay. And these, I'm not talking about the pay, all that other stuff that we was adding earlier. That's $1,640 a week. That's just average what you get. Okay. I'm just talking about the bonuses now. So after you pull your first load, that's $1,500 on your first check. First check, first load. Bam. Okay. And then you get $6,000 sign-on bonus in addition to that. Okay, so $1,000 is paid out at the first month. So if you stick it out 1 month, you done got $2,500 just in bonuses. If you stick it out 1 month, all right. You stick it out 3 months. At 3 months, you get an extra $2,000, and then at 6 months, you get an extra $3,000. Okay, so dollar stores, that's a Dollar Tree. Okay, because it's hard work. Okay, they are really trying to entice drivers to get on these Dollar Trees because it is hard work. You do have to unload the trailer piece by piece by piece. Miss Jerri just told y'all I had to do that at the airline. Okay, yes, referral program. Yes, absolutely. So definitely a great account to get on in that area. So let me run real quick through the driver with the 8 years experience. So at 8 years experience, that's the top. Okay, you come in at 80 cents a mile. So we're gonna start at, they averaging 1,300 to 1,350 miles a week. So let's just say 1,350 times 80 cents. That's 1,080 just on miles. Okay, so 1,080 on miles, and then everything else is the same. So we got 1,080 plus 480 for the for each load. That's 2 loads you got at 240. Okay, and then you got 150 in stop pay, and then you got say an extra 100 in backhauls. And I'm just being very conservative on the backhaul. You probably get a backhaul every place you go. Okay. So, and that's probably what they're averaging back haul at every place you go, because if you get one at every place at all 6 stops, um, that's $2,000 a week on average for somebody with 8 years experience. And that's W-2. Of course, they got benefits and all that other stuff. And you can do that while on RTD. Yes, so I have that account available, but you have to be able to pass a hair drug test. Okay, that's the first thing, and you have to be out of SAP at least 4 months. Okay, because they want you to be able to pass the hair test. That's why they say be out 4 months, because they want you to be able to pass the hair test. Okay, so that's the dollar store breakdown. Usually dollar stores, you leave out like so that one says Tuesday through Saturday run. So that means you either leave out Monday night or you leave out early Tuesday morning. Usually dollar store guys, they will leave out the night before so they can go and be staged at the store the morning of. Okay, and be ready to unload so they can get on to the next store. And then with dollar stores, I don't guarantee, okay, I don't guarantee that I never tell anybody that you're gonna get home through the week. Never. Okay, recruiters shouldn't set that expectation, but I do say that if you live anywhere near the distribution center, it's possible for you to see the house, because you have to go back to get your load. You know what I'm saying? You have to always go back to that distribution center to get that load. So if your house is anywhere near the distribution center, you're going to see that. Like our guys in Florida that work the dollar stores, they pretty much stay in Florida. Like they just do Florida, Georgia. And it works very well for them. So good stuff on some dollar stores, y'all, in the area. But like I said, if you're coming out of SAP and you're looking for dollar stores, I can get you on them, but it has to be at least 4 months out of the SAP. Okay, 4 months out of the SAP, and then you can get on those. What is the average for somebody who is in the RTD at a big company offering me 47? No. You don't take 45 cents a mile. You don't take 45 cents a mile if you were not in the RTD. Okay? You don't take 45 cents a mile if you were not in the RTD. So why would you take it if you were in the RTD? Okay? Like that's not cool, because I can't remember how much experience you told me you had, but I know it's enough experience to be able to move some freight. I know you moving the same freight as everybody else. I mean, is your freight different? So you tell them to take that 45 cents and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. 2 years? No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Okay. We're any driver that I'm working with is eating very well. Okay. They're not taking 45 cents a mile. Like those are crumbs. Okay. And they feed crumbs to people who are desperate, and you're not desperate. Okay. You are not desperate. So you tell them that Miss Jerri said they can take that 45 cents and do you know what with it. Yeah, you do that. You call me next week. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I have, because I normally have something opening up like every week with different carriers. Okay. It just depends on the week, because as soon as I get something open, I'm filling it right up. Okay. Where do you live? Like, tell me your state. Who is it? Aaron. I know somebody said Pennsylvania. Oh, Frank said Pennsylvania. Let me see what I got for Pennsylvania. I don't be having a lot of. It just depends on what you're looking for. I like that Family Dollar Front Royal is hiring up in Pennsylvania. There's a big Dollar Tree distribution center over in Windsor, Connecticut. And those drivers can come out of Pennsylvania as well. And then Dollar General Bethel, that's right down the street from you. That one is paying good money as well. Frank, call me tomorrow and let's talk about dollar stores. Let me throw my number in the 832-384-5689. All right. I'll throw my number in the comments. You call me tomorrow if you want to talk more about dollar stores. Yeah, you call me seasoned. Florida. So for Florida, you're a little bit different, okay? I have runs. I have a company that will hire you, and with 2 years, let me look to be 110% sure. When we get off, go ahead, season, text me your email address so I can throw you in my system. But for Florida, I'm about to tell you with 2 years what they're gonna pay. I know it's out several weeks at a time, though. That's the only thing with Florida. Okay, it's gonna be out multiple weeks at a time. Pay scale. Here it is right here. So the minimum pay guarantee is $1,200 a week. That's the lowest you'll ever make. The lowest you'll ever make is $1,200 a week. As long as you're available for all your entire work week, you can make more, of course. Brandon said, stick it where the sun don't shine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We ain't doing that. Okay, so you can average with 2 years. The only thing is you got to be out several weeks at a time. I want to say it's like 4 weeks for Florida. Okay, I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. But it's a good company to get you up out of that RTD and still make some money, because you need to be making some money, even though you done spent a lot of money on SAP and all that other stuff, your counselor and all of those things. Oh, okay. Well, then this won't bother you at all. Text me your email address and your real name. Text me your email address and your real name, and then call me next week, and we can get you locked in with that carrier. Okay. Yes. Send it to me in a DM. Frank says, what is SAP? Okay. So Frank, so SAP stands for Substance Abuse Program. Okay. So these are drivers that have had a violation in the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, the FMCSA's Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse. The FMCSA says that if you have a violation, you have to go through this, and this before you can get back to driving a truck. Okay. And so drivers that have gone through this process, they're essentially looking for a second chance. Okay. And they're looking for a company to sponsor them out of the return to duty process, because they have to go through this process to be able to return to duty. And that's what we specialize in. We specialize in helping you, one, navigate through the process, understand like the different steps, and then we help you find a carrier that's going to sponsor you after you finish the program. Okay. And so we have a conference coming up that's, we're trying to train owners how to hire drivers. Owners that want to be sponsored, companies want to sponsor these drivers. We have a big conference coming up where we're going to teach them how to do that. Yeah, so we can definitely, I'm going to go ahead and get you locked in my system, and then move forward with the next step. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Brandon said, Miss Jerri, I'm on step 5 in my clearinghouse. But the thing that is in the next, I can't see it. The thing that is in the next month or so, I'm going to have to go and finish it. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. You did tell me about that in the next month or so. Okay. So, yeah, take care of that and then call me back when you're done with all that. Okay. Call me back when you're done with all of that. Okay. All right. Yes, Dr. Glock. That's one of my good fans. They just keep coming on here. I just love him. Just a good fan. Okay. Um, other than that, um, I wanted to know if it was possible that you can have something lined up for me. Yes, I already have a carrier that I'm working on. So I've already sent him working with a new carrier. I don't like to send like a whole lot of drivers to them. I really like to send like one or two and just kind of see how things are going before we send like bam, 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 like a whole bunch of drivers, because this carrier has told me that they're wanting to take more drivers. They're interested in taking drivers that have less than 3 months experience, because they have a trainer. Okay. And so, but even if they telling me they have a trainer, I still want to get one in there and let's, get my feedback from that one or two, see how things are going before we just like, full throttle. Cause look, I got a whole shit ton of drivers that, you know, need the training. Okay. And so, gonna make sure things are flowing properly. Okay. Before I start sending more and more drivers over there. All right, but y'all, we are continuously getting new carriers in that are wanting to learn this process. And if you're a carrier and you're listening and you're wanting to learn how to hire these drivers that are out of the SAP, you definitely need to be at the either in person or virtually at the Everything Driver Conference in Houston, Texas, that I am hosting. Myself and my team will be there. I'm bringing all of my network partners that help me process the drivers. So I don't just take the application and then I'm doing all the processing. I have a team. I have a team of people. I have compliance experts. I have drug and alcohol consortium experts. I have other recruiters that are helping processing these apps. Y'all think Miss Jerri can process all these apps? I can't. I'm doing the best I can. But I have a great team that I'm so very, very grateful for, that we can process as many drivers and help as many drivers get back in the truck. Okay. And if you're a driver that has not gone through the SAP program, we got plenty jobs. Okay. We got plenty jobs. All right. I just talked about a lot of dollar stores. I've got a lot of dedicated lanes, a lot of dedicated, y'all. Everybody got dedicated lanes. Okay. Call me, see what I've got in your area. I'd love to help you out. I'm going to hop off here because it's almost 9:00. Lord, I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all know I can talk, and I'll talk all day long if I can. But thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thank you so much for just listening to me and allowing me to educate you on different things and hot topics and the latest greatest of what's going on in the industry. I will certainly be on tomorrow night. Dr. Glock, you're gonna be the new moderator. You the new moderator, okay? From now on, you are a new moderator for the channel. Welcome aboard, because look, you're the longest running driver that's on here. You and Kenny is always on. Brandon is always on. I want to thank you guys. Seasoned, you've been on regularly. Thank you guys so much. Aaron the trucker. Vlad, you've been on a lot as well. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I truly appreciate it. I thank you for your time, for your attention. And if there's anything that, I can help you guys with, and look, Dr. Glock always reminds me to protect your CDL. That's my message to y'all every time I get off of here. Protect your CDL. It is worth its weight in gold. Okay. It is certainly worth its weight in gold. You can write your own ticket with that CDL. Okay. You can write your own ticket with that CDL. I am working on, I told you I got 5 boys, and my 18-year-old, he working on his CDL right now. Right now, he's already in Texas. We got 4 tests, so he has the Texas special requirements. He passed that one. He's got the general knowledge. That's the one he's working on right now. Lord have mercy. I think it's got like 200 questions that he's trying to study, and I'm just trying to do the best I can to help him. But he is working on that one now. Any advice, any feedback y'all got from me to share with him, let me know. I'm telling him, look, go watch YouTube, go whatever you do, just keep studying, and then get ready for that road test. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good one. Enjoy your day. I just love y'all. Protect them CDLs. It's worth its weight in gold. Have a good one. Bye.